Gelephant's an actor, and he's been in the business for a long time, but mainly plays like serious roles. So we're together, we're dating, and he said to me, "Honey, can you come up with a comedic vehicle for me in which I can show my comedic chops?"
I think I did say vehicle also. I requested a vehicle.
So I was trying to think of something short and sweet and funny that he could do, and then that's how it came about. And I just thought the concept would be funny, and he would be funny as the Gelephant, which I hope people think he is. So
I think we had been talking about Jen and I, for whatever reason, have come across a lot of people that would fall into the category of Gelephant, and so we kind of made up that we coined that word, that phrase, and we thought it was kind of appropriate because there seems to be a lot of people where it's like they're in really healthy, great relationships with heterosexual relationships, but there's just something so off and effeminate or whatever. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's just odd, and we're like, this person is so in touch with their feminine side that it's
But I
a
think
little
it's
alarming.
also, it's like the evolution of the new, I think, American male, where it used to be, very butch would be the standard for a straight man, and then you could be metrosexual, and that was at first like, ooh, what does that mean? And now everybody's metro. And then this is even beyond metro, where it's sort of like, only you can decide what you are, or how much you want to express, or whatever it may be. It's a very touchy subject, but for me on the outside to see that, it's a very interesting situational thing where people don't know how to react sometimes. They're like, oh, what do I say?
You guys were like at a party. That's where you came up with the word or something? I don't remember.
Yeah, we have a friend or two, and so Devon was like, oh, he's a Gelephant. I was like, what? That's a funny word. So
The gay elephant in the room. It's just a funny thing. But yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of like, it's like one step past metro where it's just confusing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and hey, it's like whatever and we feel like, I think too, like living in California and an artistic community that we work in, it's like
guys go to yoga class,
like,
they get pedicures.
Hey, I get pedicures. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Honey,
it's like,
some things don't say on camera.
Listen, no, it's great, but I mean, no, but it's a very like kind of gray area. It's like everyone is very much like in touch with their feminine side these days, and there's it's an interesting phenomenon. But I think Jen did a really smart thing, which was kind of make the short not so much about the Gelephant himself, but more about like just the awkwardness of like the other people who come across him and how they deal with it, where they're trying to be.
The most comfortable person is the Gelephant.
Right, he's like
the
totally
most
comfortable.
person in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's the one that's like everything's
whatever,
normal. It's
yeah.
everybody else who thinks something's wrong, right?
Well, the other people are the ones who are in an awkward situation and trying to figure out how to act. And I think that was
some and then not others, because Chrissie's character actually.
I love the Gelephant.
Totally.
we get along great.
You just think he's fabulous and
Fabulous,
right?
He
yeah.
doesn't judge. You're
Doesn't
like,
judge.
great.
No.
You like women and Brittany. That's wonderful.
Right. Which, I've come across them as well, and it's like
They're not a rare breed.
It's not a rare breed, especially in Los Angeles, as they were saying, and it is what it is. So it was like really cool to see the dynamic of the friend that is totally comfortable with the situation, and then the other friends who are not, and they're the married couple, and then also the actually gay guy in the room who is like the most suspicious. But yeah, it was a fun project to do.
That's a thing where people can see the same thing and get a different impression, which is exactly what the Gelephant actually does even within the film, where people watch it and they're like, because many people are going to watch and say, the dude's clearly gay in this movie. And then people who know Gelephants in real life, Gelephants who are married, Gelephants who have kids, you might be like, oh my god, I know a guy just like that, and he's with a woman and has been for 20 years and is madly in love with her. So I think it just is...
some people can think it's totally normal, and that he's.
I think what we were trying to do is also show that especially in a place like LA, like people are very accepting, and so it's almost like because people are so trying to be accepting and politically correct that it's like they don't really want to ask. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, if they asked the Gelephant, "Hey, are you gay?" I'm sure he would have a very direct answer. You know what I'm saying? He would be like yes or no either way.
Exactly, because it's no big deal.
It would be no big deal to him, but like everyone else spends the whole time kind of like freaked out and tiptoeing.
Around it. Yeah.